In this video, I'm going to walk you through the best knee pain exercises after running, step by step, including what to do to prevent knee pain from recurring after your long distance runs. Hey, it's Dane from Lift Physio, where we help you overcome injury and maximize your performance. If you're seeing value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It makes a huge difference. And if you're new here, make sure you give our YouTube channel a subscribe. Let's get stuck in. Now, as we go through, make sure to let me know what your favorite exercise for knee pain after running is and why. It might be your favorite stretch or strengthening exercise or foam rolling technique for running. So whether you agree with me or not, I'd love to know your thoughts. If you're a long distance runner, then chances are that you've experienced some knee pain after running at some point. There are many conditions that can cause pain around your knee from running. Some conditions like runner's knee, patellofemoral pain, chondromalacia patella, ITB Friction Syndrome, or meniscus tear might sound familiar to you. Finding the right exercise for you can really help alleviate the symptoms of knee pain after running. Here are our favorite exercises for knee pain after running to help alleviate the symptoms of knee pain. And at the end, we'll also share with you some top tips to help you fix this problem for good so that you can continue to run without that troubling knee problem. The first thing we're gonna do is stretch out our hamstring muscles, those muscles that run down the back of our legs. My favorite way to do it is with a stretchy band though. So these are great, these little loop bands. What you wanna do is bring it around your lower back, have a lie on the floor. You're gonna hook it around one of your legs and then lying down like this, okay? Kick your leg out nice and straight, and then you're just gonna kick your foot up towards your shoulder, the shoulder on the same side of your body as your leg, and we're just gonna do some little pulses like this. And you should really feel that stretch down the back of your legs. So I'm gonna do 20 kicks over to this side, and then 20 kicks across towards your opposite shoulder. Okay, so if you have a band like this, then this is a fantastic way to stretch your hammies out. You don't have to do little pulses like this. You can just hold the band as well and stretch your hamstrings back like this as well. If you're gonna do this, you can hold it for about a minute at a time. If you don't have access to a band like that though, then simply just grab something like a chair, stick your foot up on there, keep your back nice and straight, and you're just gonna lean forward at the hips until you feel that stretch again down the back of your legs. So, and our hammies come from our hips and extend all the way down past your knee. So if we can stretch out these muscles running down the back of our legs, then this can sometimes help to reduce or alleviate some of that pain that we can get in our knees when we run. So this is an alternate way to stretch out your hamstring muscles. And again, keeping your back nice and straight as you can, bending forwards at the hips. And you're gonna hold that one for a minute at a time. So that's the first one, that's your hamstring stretch. The second thing that we wanna do is loosen up our ITB, which is a tight band of connective tissue that runs all the way down the outside of our legs. And my favorite way to do this is with a foam roller. So this one can be a bit of a painful exercise to do. The reason why I like using the foam roller for this exercise is because it is actually quite difficult to stretch your ITB out. So the best way to loosen up that I found is to use a foam roller. So you're gonna lie on your side, pop the roller just above your knee. You can pop your other arm on the floor and your hand as well, and your other foot, that can go on the floor too. So that's taking some of the pressure away, because this can be a pretty intense exercise to do. But rolling up and down all the way from from your knee, all the way up your side of your leg to just below your hip. And if this hurts, then you're doing it right, okay? That's how you know. So again, rolling that out for about a minute at a time. That's really important to do because your ITB, it runs down the outside of your knee, and sometimes you can get that ITB friction syndrome pain, which is that pain that's kind of isolated on the outside of your knee when you run. And that's a great way to loosen your ITB up. And there's another little muscle too though, that connects to your ITB and goes all the way up to the top of your pelvis. It's called your TFL, or tensor fasciae lata. And because it attaches to your ITB, if we can release this little muscle in here, then it can actually take some tension away from your ITB and therefore some pressure away from your knee. So even though you're rolling through a muscle above your hip, this can actually have a big impact into how your knee feels, particularly when you run. So I like to use a firm ball for this, like a lacrosse ball, or you could use a spiky ball as well. Anything though that's hard enough that's going to really get into this spot. So you're looking for the bony bit of your hip there. Feel for that. Then feel for the bony bit up on top of your pelvis, and this muscle just lies in between. We want a little ball like this because the foam roll is kind of too big and won't really get into this spot well enough. So you're just going to basically roll around until you find the spot, and just like rolling out your ITB, you'll feel this one as well. So if you find the painful spot, then you're in the right spot, and what I like to do is just stay on it. Stay on that spot, just relax and let your muscle release, and you're going to stay on it for a minute at a time. The next thing we're going to do is stretch out our quads and our hip flexors. So a great way to do that is just like get a bit of a cushion, pop it on the floor, and we're going to pop our foot up on a chair here as well. So knee down on the cushion, pop your foot up on the chair behind you, and your other leg comes out in front. Stay up nice and tall and just starting to lean forwards. You should really feel this through your quads, down the front of your legs, and possibly into your hip flexor in the front of your hip as well. You probably feel it in the spot where you are the most tight. So that's fine. Again, we're gonna hold this for a minute at a time. And if that feels okay, then we're just gonna reach across with the arm towards our opposite side as well. And that will just help to isolate that hip flexor through the front of our. And the last one we want to do is to stretch out our calves. And this can have a big impact into how our knee feels, because there's a couple of different muscles in our calves. There's our gastrocs and there's our soleus muscle. Our soleus muscle we use a lot when we're running, and with gastrocs, they actually extend up past the knee as well. So if we can loosen off these tight muscles, then that can help reduce some of that knee pain from running that we can get to. So we're gonna use a little wedge like this, okay? If you don't have a wedge, what I tell people to do sometimes is just roll up a towel, and we're gonna stick it under the front of our foot, okay? So sticking our foot up like that, and we're just gonna lean into it. We're gonna do 30 seconds with our knee bent. That's gonna help isolate that soleus muscle. And then 30 seconds with our knee straight. And that's gonna help isolate that gastrocs muscle. And you should really feel that stretching out down the back of your calf. So like I said, if you don't have a wedge like this, then rolling up a towel, popping it under the front of your foot. Sometimes as well, if you have access to a little step, then you can prop the front of your foot up on the step and drop your heel down over the edge, and that's a great way to get that calf muscle stretching out as well. Okay, recommendation and summary time before we get into those tips to help you stop that knee pain for good, no matter how far you like to run. The first thing we want to do is reduce your knee pain symptoms, and a great way to do this is to stretch out all the muscles surrounding your knee joint. This could be a hamstring stretch, rolling out your ITB or TFL with a foam roller or firm ball, a quadriceps or hip flexor stretch, or even stretching out your calf muscles. Okay, now that we have reduced your knee pain symptoms, how do we go about fixing this problem for good so that you can continue to run without this knee problem into the future? Well, for this, we have to look at what's happening both above and below the knee. Now, if you've been running for any length of time, you've probably heard about how important glute muscle strength is. And whilst many runners believe that it's just like Happy Gilmore playing golf, that it's all in the hips. Whilst glute muscle strength is really important, it may not be the most important muscle for running. I'll show you why in a minute, but first, here is an exercise to build up your glute strength because it still is a really important muscle to help transfer the forces through your body when you run. So one of my favorite ways to strengthen up our glute muscles, particularly our glute med, is by doing a banded crab walk. So we need a little rubber band like this, and we're gonna loop it around our legs. You could pop it around your knees, around your ankles, but we're actually gonna pop it around the middle of our feet because there's been a study that showed that basically the further away the band is, the harder your glute med has to work. So we're gonna pop it around the middle of our feet, just like this. From there, we're gonna drop down into a little squat, keeping our knees out over our toes, and we're gonna walk like a crab. And pretty soon, you should start to feel those muscles in the back of your hips starting to burn. See you later. So like I was saying, it's really important to have nice, strong, active glute muscles for running, but it may not be the most important muscle for running. And here's why. Check this out. This is a study that looked at the forces produced by individual leg muscles at different running speeds. And what it found was it wasn't your glutes that worked the hardest, it was actually a muscle in your calves called your soleus. And guess where the glutes come in? They actually come in dead last. It's not until you start running much faster towards sprinting speeds where your soleus force production starts to decrease and your glute muscle force production starts to increase. But at these sprinting speeds, still your glutes aren't working as hard as what some of the other muscles are. And it's actually your hip flexors and your hamstrings that start to take over as you start to sprint. But at that slower running speed, it's actually your soleus muscle, which is doing most of the work. So there's lots of different ways that we can strengthen up our soleus. The best way to do it though is by some variation of a bent knee calf raise. And the way that I've found really is the best to isolate it is through a seated calf raise. So you're gonna grab a seat and then you need to find a weight that you can stack on your knee. So we're gonna use a plate here, but you could use a dumbbell, you could use a kettlebell, you could use a bag of sand, you could use your 8-year-old kid, whatever you can find to pop onto the end of your knee. So we've got your foot stacked underneath your knee. The weight is right as close to the edge of your knee as you can get it. And from there, you're just gonna do some seated calf raises up and down. And because your soleus works so hard when we're running, we really want to strengthen that muscle up by going quite heavy with this exercise. So I've got a 20-kilo plate here, but this is actually way too light. Like on average, you'd probably find that you're able to do double this, 40 kilos, or possibly even more. That's how hard our soleus muscle works when we're running. So you basically want to try to find a weight where you can only do, sort of 5 to 10 reps before you're starting to fatigue. Another way to make this exercise harder too is by doing what's called tempo sets, where you slow it down. So you might take 5 seconds to come up onto your toes. You might hold at the top for 5 seconds and then slowly lower the weight back down for 5 seconds as well. That's another way to really work that soleus muscle hard. So there you go, bent knee calf raise to strengthen up that soleus muscle. So there you have it, our top tips for knee pain exercises after running and how to fix that running knee pain for good. If you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe so that you see more videos like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one.